So when I rolled into the hospital in the back of the ambulance, you know, I was fine. The doctor tells my mum that, you know, sporting career for me is over. I've done my ACL, my PCL, my LCL. I tore my ITB, my quad, my bicep fem, my calf, and then obviously the perineal nerve damage. But you couldn't even tell I'd been in an accident. I was sitting there was no cuts, I wasn't bleeding. I just couldn't use my leg or move my foot at all. Now, one of the biggest challenges for me as an athlete while training is that most of my body still works the way it did for the first 21 years of my life, and this left leg just does whatever it wants. You know, like, it doesn't do what I want it to do, it just has a mind of its own. So my name's Michael Shippley. I'm an Australian para-track cyclist. I compete in the 1 kilometre time trial, and I'm aiming to go to the Tokyo Paralympics in 2021. In 2014, I had a motorbike accident where a car hit me on my way to uni, and it destroyed my left leg. So I had a pretty severe accident, which has now left me with left foot drop, which stops me from lifting my left foot. It's a common perineal nerve palsy, which means that, yeah, I can't lift my foot. It gives me a disability. That's like the reason that's hard, because I can't lift my toes. So I'm trying to jam in the end of the shoe, and they're just like, it's a stitch up. That brings us to what we're doing, which is chasing a 105.2. So a 105.2 is the time that I have to travel 1 kilometre from a standing start to qualify for the Paralympics in 2021. So it's 4 laps of the track at full noise. My current PB is a 106.8. I need to do a 105.2, so it's 1.6 seconds. I have 277 days to achieve the goal. I think I can do it. The Queensland Academy of Sport thinks I can do it. Cycling Australia thinks I can do it. So let's go and do it. It's probably something people don't know, is that these bikes don't have brakes. So you can see there's no brakes, no gears. So for track cycling, you have to change your gear depending on sort of what speed you want to go and how fast you want to pedal. And then the reason you see people roll around the track for like 10 laps after they finish an effort is because we don't have any brakes. So you just slow down by rolling around. So because it's like week 3 of potentially a 5-week block, my legs are concrete. So normally the way that it works is we sort of do a 4 to 5 week block where you build for 3 weeks and you get 1 week off. But considering that the race is so close, it's 4 weeks away, we don't have time to do another block and a taper. So it means this current block I'm doing is getting stretched. So normally I'd be getting a rest about now, and the intensity is still building. So not expecting magic this session. You know, full gas as always, but it's probably going to fall short of expectations. So see what happens. Imagine having to do 4 more of them. Like, dude, I was off the back. Slow. It's not getting any faster, but like that was like. Just finished a brutal session here. It was 5 by 1.25k, 2 laps chasing the moto, 2 laps behind, and then 1 lap into the wind. And it gets really hard towards the end of these blocks because although the efforts are physically hard, you're mentally taxed, and it becomes harder and harder and harder to push yourself into the hole to finish a good effort. So at the start of a block, you might feel super fresh and it's hard to put yourself into the locker. I mean, it's easy to put yourself into the locker, you know, you rock up, you do the efforts hard, but it feels repeatable. So we're now 6 weeks deep into this block, and you know, after the first effort, it feels like you've already done 5, so you don't feel fresh at all. It's hard to keep hurting, you know, it's a mental battle on every single revolution of the pedals to just keep going. So, you know, you got to trust the process. My coach Betsy, he knows what's best for me, so trust in him, trust in the process that on the day it'll deliver a good result. The trial is in just over a week from now, hopefully be a PB. So stay posted. You know, we'll follow along with that and see what happens. All right, look forward to a PB, and then, you know, that 1.6 seconds that we need for the 105.2 is going to come down.